How's everyone feeling? Alright? I'll make sure everyone's quiet and everyone's seated. So we're going to do a little game. I've only seen other people, I think Fahad sent me this once, I never played it myself. I think it's called the Bad Romance Challenge. Does anyone know the challenge? No. So I think how it works basically, and I'll start us off, and I can't sing at all, so you've got no excuse for not joining in, is I sing a line from the song Bad Romance, and then you repeat it, and then I go higher, and then you match my pitch, and then you keep going higher and higher and higher. If we were recording, I think we'll do this, maybe go. So it goes, caught in a bad romance. Caught in a bad romance. I've got one more. I'm not going to lie, I might have myself. Right, now I'm very serious. I do want to make sure that I can hear everyone can hear me in all the corners of the room. So if you are heading up north for F1, please do me a favour, make some noise. If you are heading down south for F1, please make some noise. Anyone heading to the Midlands, please make some noise. Any of you heading to Birmingham, our thoughts and prayers are with you. And last but certainly not least, if you are staying in London for F1, please make some noise. My name is Adil, and it's my pleasure to be speaking to you all tonight at STFYD 2022. Let me start off by shouting out the big boss herself, Miss Nicole George. Nicole, along with the rest of the committee, put on this amazing evening. It really is really good. Thank you, Nicole. So let me paint you a picture. You are at the tender age of 16, or if you have Asian parents like me, tender age of 6, when you first decide you want to become a doctor. October 2016 was a lifetime ago when the doors of Imperial swung open to welcome 300 Oxbridge rejects with open arms. Magdalen College, how about you? Anyone? But fast forward to today, and here we are, fingers crossed, only a few months away from starting our jobs. Give yourselves a round of applause. And to tell you the truth, guys, I know I'm meant to be doing this big speech, but I've got some things to get off my chest. I want to address Prof. Sam directly. Prof. Sam, Prof. Sam, we all make mistakes. And I don't feel like I can start F1 until I've owned up to some of mine. So what you're about to see over the next few minutes are the confessions of a medical student. Prof. Sam, where do I start? I don't think I can take blood. So, let me clarify. Should be recording this, I understand the idea of taking blood. And I've definitely done it once or twice by mistake, but I just don't feel like I'm there. And the number of times that I've told patients, they have tricky veins. I've been trying to cannulate a muscle. I'm like, well, you've got really tricky veins. I told you that. Really tricky veins. I distinctly remember being sat in first year at MDL1, where we all practiced taking blood from each other. You guys remember that? Our first practicals. Now, I'm sure that was meant to be an innocent training exercise for us, but you set a pretty dangerous precedent. Because I realised you don't have to do your dops on patients if you do them on other people. Pulse oximetry was a Mate, can I just pop this on your finger? Yeah, sure, mate. Why not? Cannulation, a little more challenging, but still fairly straightforward. Mention to flush this octopus. You're right, yeah, it's all over it. Take your time, take your time. ABGs, now you need to have a good friend for an ABG, because they're pretty painful. Sorry, man, I'm just trying to find the vein. Yeah, don't worry, bro, just go for it, man. It's fine, it's fine. Archery. What's the difference between the ABG and the BBG? Because everyone keeps using them in the centre. Next time. I think what really tested the friendship of our household, though, was when it came to the male catheter. For a Jesus mind, no! And I can see Dr. Wimekong is eyeballing me. For medical legal reasons, that was all a joke. I'm not trying to get GMC'd before my career even begins. I am a competent clinical practitioner. I may not know how to use bleep. I still don't know what lymph actually is. I don't think anyone knows. And I may not have actually heard a murmur in real life. But I do feel safe and competent in the knowledge that I know the difference between Churg-Strauss syndrome and granulomatosis. Prof Sam. I must confess, and this is true. Earlier this year, I wrote a Dove press letter to the editor against one of your papers, and he accepted it. I'm really sorry. I don't know what to say to myself, to be honest, there's no excuses, it's shameless. I didn't want to do it. We were all playing this sick, sadistic F-pass game, where you have to build your portfolio and score points, and next thing you know, I'm on advances in medical education and practice. I read with great interest and education. All I can say is, Prof Sam, don't hate the player, hate the game. And listen, you lot, you really should hate the game. Can you imagine, right? You go to a different medical school, somewhere else, far away in the country. You spend 6 long, hard years sweating every day to be top decile. You smash your BSc, get first, work on some great projects to get published, maybe even lucky to smash the SJT. And you think, right, I've done it, I'm so gassed. I'm heading to Northwest London, the most competitive union in the country. The prestige, all the years of grinding and paid off. And you get there, and it's Hillingdon Hospital. Greatest night in medical history, honestly. But look, I guess in seriousness, I guess the scenery isn't so bad. We've got Chelmsford, we've got Mary's, we've got Charing Cross. I to be fair, Charing Cross is kind of a bit of a dump on the outside, but it's what's on the inside that counts. Charing Cross is like, you think about the guy who designed Charing Cross, just absolutely wasted saying, yeah, you get it, so like, it's Charing Cross and it's a giant cross. and the architect's like, no, I understand, so listen, you can fit a lot more beds in if you just make it a square. And listen, cross! It has to be a cross. Speaking of Charing Cross, I want to shout out anyone who's been there this year will know Pippa and Georgie, the teaching fellows. Yeah, they're really good. And they taught me something very valuable, which is closed loop communication. You guys aware? So I'd like to practice that with you now. So what's going to happen is, I'm going to say a really cringy medical pun, and you're going to say, way, to acknowledge that you've heard it. Then I'm going to say, thank you, to confirm that I've acknowledged that you've heard it. Right? It's a very safe, efficient system. So let's give it a go. I've got a mate who wants to do EMT, but it's a pain in the neck. Thank you. He wanted to do Max Facts, but he just couldn't face it. Thank you. Wasn't too keen on dermatology, didn't have any skin in the game. Thank you. He tried a few weeks in infectious diseases, but he didn't get on with the staff. Hematology were a right laugh though. He said the consultants were a bunch of jolly bodies. Thank you. And when he they said, "Ah, finally, you're here." Thank you. Prof Sam. I have to confess, Prof Sam, I'm concerned about the next generation. First of all, they've got no respect for their elders. Back in my day, we used to worship the older years. The amount of guidance, knowledge, and advice we get was priceless. So imagine my horror, I'm in a conversation with a second year, and they said, "Laz? Who's Laz?" It's a travesty, so let me take a second to shout out the note takers. The Laz, Alice Lee, Osama, Jack Taylor, ABS, Alistair Scott. Anyone who is the epitome of a massive sweat at medical school, so we didn't have to be. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. And Prof Sam, the other reason I'm concerned about the next generation is that whilst our generation were raised with culturally enriching entertainment, SpongeBob, Drake and Josh, Hannah Montana, my personal favourite, Catch Me Doing the Hoedown Throwdown, they've all been raised on TikTok. And as a result, they've completely lost the ability to speak normal English. All their speech is a repackaged version of the latest TikTok phrase or meme. And I can't lie, it's spreading. I've heard it from some of you as well, I'll be honest. I was in Hillingdon Common Room, and a third year came in, and she looked around the room and she just said, "Normalise beanbags." I was like, true, that's a weird way to say that, isn't it? I'm kind of scared about working in a hospital in the future and what it's going to sound like. Oh, I'm manifesting big consultant energy. Oh, it's the query sepsis for me. And any of you as a people, anyone over the age of 30 who's wondering what the hell is going on, you're honestly better off not knowing. And speaking of respect, Prof Sam, I have to confess, doctors keep roasting me. So ever since I started here, I've just been catching strays left, right and centre. So in those first year, like Friday afternoon lab practicals, I didn't really used to do anything. I was quite dead weight. Until one week I thought, you know what, no, this is it. I'm carrying the team today, this is not a show. It was the practical where you gram stain bacteria. Do you remember that? Like the different dyes? So I collected my slides, pipetted the different dyes, I rinsed it, I dried it. I feel like you like hair dried it at some point. I placed it under the microscope. And it's that genuine sense of pride that you get when you work hard on something and it comes to fruition, right? One of the lab technicians came around just checking on my progress. She took a long look into our microscope. Genuinely, she said her microscope like this, and she said, "I've been working here at Imperial for 14 years. This is one of the worst gram stains I've ever seen a student do. So I get to try it." And you think that as I gain some wisdom and maturity, this would get better, but not really. In third year, I was in an endoscopy clinic, and the consultant goes to me, "Which analgesic do we give patients for endoscopy?" I said, "I don't know." A few minutes later, he goes, "What type of dye do we use to stain the tissues in endoscopy?" I said, "I don't know." And genuinely, Tom Harrison can testify to this. He points and says, "What's that?" I said, "That's a radiator." He said, "Oh good, you do know something." In fact, it was only earlier this year that I clocked in one of my top 3 most ashamed moments whilst getting feedback on a presentation of a cardio exam to a reg. He said, "The aphthous ulcers that you said you saw in his mouth, you do know he was chewing on a polo." But I digress. Prof Sam, I feel like I'm running out of time, so I need to make my final confession. I have to confess, I'm genuinely impressed. When I think back on the teachers over the years, I'll definitely remember the one who gave up every weekday evening for months on end just to help us laugh. There were bagels as well, which probably helped. I feel like I'm kind of merging almost having bagels, loving my heart. But mainly I feel like the learning was the main attraction. Personally, I've spent so many of the past 6 years taking this experience for granted. And I can remember a time, not so long ago, where being here as a medical student at Imperial was my #1 goal in life, back in those sweaty days. But and think about it, we made it, we got it all. We got the beauty of surrounding places like South Kent and Chelsea, the brilliance of the doctors and mentors who are literally leading experts in their field, and you can't be bothered to read that abstract even, like we're so spoiled. And most of all, the exotic sensual pleasures of places like Chicago Grill.
Yeah!
You won't find it at King's, you won't find it at George's, Bart's, nowhere to be seen. I feel like a lot of us, we can get into the kind of complaining spirit. It's fun, it's nice to complain. Spend a lot of time moaning about pay cuts and awful rotas and bloated, nonsensical portfolios, and all that stuff is horrible, and it doesn't deserve any excuse. But then every now and then, just by chance, you get a moment. It's rare, but I'm sure we're in family, you've all felt it at least once. Maybe you meet a certain consultant or a certain patient, and they say something to you, and it just sticks. Just for a second, you get a peek behind that curtain, and you kind of see the light of medicine again. And just for a second, you think, okay, I kind of remember why I applied to be here now. I kind of remember why I'm going to try and stick around. I'm extremely grateful to be an Imperial Medic, and I'm grateful to every one of you who has helped me to see the light over the past 6 years. So to kind of make this personal, about my experiences, I want to leave you sharing a little thought that in times of darkness might help you to see the light a little bit more clearly. I don't know if it'll work, if it's something that helps me. So as some of you may know, today is the start of the Islamic month of Ramadan, where Muslims around the world fast from dawn until sunset, so Muslims fasting earlier today. It's a time of reflection and discipline, and most importantly, drawing closer to God. And for us, whether we can see the light or not, we say, Alhamdulillah. Now I'll explain, some people are going to be saying Arab words on stage. Security's getting a bit twitchy. Some people are wondering what they bought a ticket to. Let me land on this one. So, Alhamdulillah simply means praise be to God. But it's further than just praise. It's showing gratitude with an acknowledgement that, some things are out of your control. It is what it is. There are blessings in disguise around every corner. So if an auntie says to me, oh, I heard you got into Imperial and you're going to become a... Sorry. Beta, I heard you got into Imperial and you're going to become a doctor. If she says that to me, I can say, Alhamdulillah. And equally, when my mate says to me, bro, I heard you had your pace on Wednesday, I can say, Alhamdulillah. Ward round finishes an hour early, alhamdulillah. I'm going to spend the next decade of my life applying and reapplying to different training programs whilst I get continuously yeeted to different parts of the country. So whatever your way of grounding yourself is, please don't forget, the light is always there. Sometimes you just need to pull back the curtain to see it. I wish you all the best of luck in your careers, endless good health and happiness in your personal lives. Take care of yourselves, please try not to kill anyone. And whatever they throw at you, just remember, Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much.